Hey guys. Oh, let's see what we got. Oh, GS. God, is that George? Depeche. There he is, bringing it always. Andrew. Hey, sunny London. Oh, that's rare. It's fucking sunny here too. We're going into the hot season in Texas. Boy, it comes on you fast. All right, we'll start here shortly. I guess I'm assuming the volume's okay for you guys. Looks like it is about usual. I think yeah, okay, cool. Thanks, Depeche. I think I got the new update, whatever was fucking me up last week. I think we're sorted out here. Looks like we're okay. We'll give it 1-2 minutes so we let people kind of join us here. Oh, Depeche is bringing it hard. Oh, thanks, man. We needed the content. Members, weak production here. Without Depeche, we'd probably not be holding the stream. So thanks for that, Depeche. Killa, good for you, man. Never give back. There's a few CNSLs. There are a few of the regs, but boy, the bulk of you, very disappointing. I know crypto's a major fucking snooze fest right now, but as I said in the notes, right, this is when you want to be ready for the move. Know where you want to be when we start to get some legs, should we get them. I think we all suspect we will, but everybody's just bored with crypto right now. It's just a lot of talk, no movement. Who does that sound like? A lot of bullshit, but no, well, I can't go there, right? People get very upset when I bring that in. All right, so we'll give it another minute here. GS, is that you, George? Is that GZ? Can't remember. I don't think that is. I think that he uses a different handle. All right, another minute. I think I got 6 or 7 here, and then I've got a few from Twitter X, 3 from there. Here, I'm going to start with Bitcoin Silver. Boy, am I getting a lot of people get really pissy on this. Last stream. Oh, let's see who's giving it to me. This is this Andreas. He's a Bitcoin Silver enthusiast. Oh, I got to start with his chart here. This needs a little tweaking. Here to steal stuff. GS. Well, listen, right? This is content available to everyone. Right? All we do here is try and demonstrate the methodology we teach. That's it, right? And then if you're attracted to it, perhaps you want to dig a little bit deeper into the methodology and develop some expertise with it. I've got a call this afternoon with someone, kind of a marketing guy, to see if we can, we may see some changes here in the way we present the information. Belt system probably stay the same, but we might add a few funnels and see if we can build the membership base. I get it though. People are just, crypto's fucking just snooze, right? Just every day you look at it, it's like, fuck, do something. All right, what are we at? 34. Okay, that's good enough. All right, let's get rid of the disclaimer. Make sure we're good here. All right, so I know you guys have a bit of a lag. Okay, Andreas. Right, so let me first just say, I think I said a few weeks ago, why does Bitcoin Silver even exist? What's the why? I understand it's a hard fork, right? So I've been digging, right? So because the last comment I got was a guy whose handle on YouTube was Bitcoin Silver. He wanted to be sure that I knew that I was not too late nor too ignorant to catch the upcoming massive move coming in Bitcoin Silver. So I've been digging around going, okay, why are people so enthusiastic about it? So I came over here and I'm reading about it, right? So all of this sounds good. The original vision of Satoshi, right? Only 21 million, right? But at some point, right? All of this is not relevant unless the market it starts to react to it. I've got this is my version of it over here. Let's go. Let's look at this. Let's just pull this back for a second. Well, it's good to know I'm not too late. Again, if you're enthusiastically bullish on this, I don't want to shit on your dream here. But we are a long. I mean, you can't even. What would you compare this to? You certainly can't compare it to Bitcoin. Right, use case. Well, I suppose. Right. I guess the premise is we're going to be using this for transactions, right? That which is closer to that. Indeed, that is closer to Satoshi's vision. Well, there's been a lot of contenders for that. Hard to argue that Bitcoin Silver has had better acceptance than Litecoin, although Litecoin's in the dump as well. Dash made an attempt at it. They were a fork off Bitcoin. I had high hopes for them. They're gone, essentially. So this is going to be how we're going to transact with crypto, with Bitcoin Silver. Well, if that's the case, certainly the chart's going to look different as people adopt it. Pardon me. So what am I missing? Great technical story, but that's meaningless unless the market decides they want to use it, right? So I just look at the chart, right? I mean, all of this, right? All of this content here, okay, very, very solid, right? Great fork, all the right reasons, but the market is not buying it. Literally not buying it. So if you're in this, you're making the assumption that eventually market's going to wise up, right? Morons like me we're missing the boat. Well, we're going to see. All right, because of that, right? I'm kind of keeping my eye on it, right, just to see, again, I'm wrong all the time about things, right? So the point is not to be right. The point is to be profitable, right? I have to remind people of that, right? It's never about being right. That's who fucking cares. It's about who's profitable. That's all. Do we care if we're right, but we lose money? Well, I was sure right about that. Did you make any money? No. So did being right matter? I don't know. Okay, well, Andreas, let's get to the TA here. Okay, so there's a little bit, I know you're trying hard here. A couple of things. Right? So the way you have this labeled, it's all good until we completely break down here. So, let's see. Okay, so so you're going with the contemporary diag, right? So now, I think most of us, well, most people who trade with Elliott know we've had a change in the requirements with a diag, right? So the 4 does not need to overlap the 1 anymore per Elliott Wave International, which is kind of what do we call it? The governing body of Elliott rules. So they've made that change, right? Which is, okay, so now I can kind of follow, all right, we're doing 3, 3. I guess we're going to I guess we're going to do A, B, C here and do a 3. Questionable here. A, B, C, D, E. It looks, I don't think you can, you see, you're not accounting for this, right? You're not accounting for the first 2 swings, right? We just get into a triangle. Okay, but let's go with it. And then we're going to go A, B, down for the C. Okay, so per the new rule set, at least we're finishing with a 5, right? So we've got to finish with an ABC. Pardon me. We've got to finish with a 5. We can do it through the ABC here. Now, okay, right? We're on the edge of, okay, maybe, right? So that's good work here. Let me get, I think you gave me a 1 hour. Okay, right? So A, B, C, right? We have to expand the B to account for this. There's the 5, right, that finishes. Now, this would be highly unusual. Okay, not that unusual doesn't happen, but to think that we've got the 2 here, does that look right to you? Well, right, again. There's some subjectivity to this, right? So essentially what he's saying is we're going to do this. And now we're going, right? Now we're going to go. We've got a leading diag here, a contracting diag. Pardon me. That's not a leading diag, right? That's a contracting diag, right? So it's not kind of what you hope to see, right, as you're starting. You don't want an ending diag to launch it. But okay, right, again, we can loosen up the rules a bit. Essentially, the idea is here that this is all a 2. I'm not sure. Well, let me say it this way. There is no circumstance where I would put money at risk on that. I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just I wouldn't risk money on that. Right? It's too abnormal. Maybe it flies. just looking at it, I kind of want to put the 1 up here, just to get a better look on this, right? So we're going to lose this. I appreciate what you had here. Right, now, if we had done this, okay, there's something we can sink our teeth into. This is just, essentially, we're just going sideways, right? There's no trend. You have no edge. Oh, let's see. Could we use any volume profile? We're probably, let's use from the pivot. Oh, I'm going to use the right one. I thought I did. Well, let's try this one. Let's do this one. We'll draw it over. Oh, fuck. I'm on crypto.com. That's why. No volume. Okay. All right. So, but we can just look at it here. It's not hard to understand if we look at all of this volume in here, why we're stalling here. On the positive side, right? We broke the golden, right? We got through golden here, right? So this algo is burned, right? Now that, just remember, just because the first one breaks, right? What would the next one be? I'd probably go to the dominant here. Got more work to do here. So I'd be inclined, just looking at it, I'd pull all that off. Maybe you got the 1 here. Maybe, oh fuck, even this is just fucking ugly. Yeah, I want to give you something you can work with here. Maybe you get a WXY in there. It just feels like it's forced. Like it shouldn't be this hard, right? Well, when you have a good Elliott count, right? It's going to be that it's going to be easy to spot, right? You don't want it to be so mysterious, right? This is just shitty price action, right? All of this is just slop. There's no trend. Right, the last trend we had was the downtrend. Is this enough for an uptrend? What do I have under here? Well, there's nothing under. Okay, what could we lean into, right? Is there anything down here? Could we find an order block down here? Oh, maybe you've got something here. This is the last swing down before we'd go up. Okay, maybe I can, kind of lean into. Maybe we have some demand down here. But, okay, let's just think about it this way, right? Again, just trying to be objective. Let's pull this off. If we're objective, right? So now I'm out of log stream. You gave it to me, Andreas, in log scale. I don't think we need to be in log scale. I don't have 4 times the range here as I'm looking at it here. We in premium or discount? Right, duh. Right, we're in premium, right? Do we want to be a buyer here? No. Where do we want to be a buyer? Right, but again, I've said this many times. If you could just do one thing only, right? Make it a hard rule. You only buy in discount, only sell in premium. If you just do that, you'll see a dramatic increase in your results. Just dramatic. But it's easy to say. It's hard to do, right? Because what happens, right? Oh, fuck! I don't want to miss that. Does that look like you're going to miss something? I mean, we could fly out of here. Are you going to miss something? If we put this in context, are you going to miss something? Look where we are. Are you really, really worried about the difference between 34 and 33? If we're going to go up to where are our all-time highs? Are we going that high? All right, look how high we got. All right, when is that? COVID? That's post-COVID. Oh, that's during COVID. Extreme, right? What did the fundamentals change? Technicals change? Why the complete collapse? Right? Why is Bitcoin at 90K and this is at $34? What do you have to work with here? Right? Well, let's go to log scale. Okay. Again, what are you doing here? If you're buying down here, you're buying it on the premise, right, that I'm willing to park money down here because I'm anticipating a big move here, right? So if we got up to here, fuck, that'd be a monster ripper, right? So I'm keeping my eyes on this because there's so much passion in the, oh, listen, man, you don't understand it. You don't get how good this is. You don't get how, well, okay, that's probably true. But get me out of here. Get me out of here and give me that. I'm not worried about missing this. If this starts to kick, I'll be there. And I'll be blowing the bullhorn along with everybody else. Right? If we're going to do this, oh, God, I got plenty of time to get in here. Why do I want to dick around down here? Well, again, okay, if you want to park some money there, well, it sure is cheap. Be prepared to leave it there for a while. Right? I mean, okay, right? So let's get a big gap down here that's been filled. Let's talk broad strokes, right? Just the broad strokes, right? Come here. We got a 5, we got a 3. Okay. Now, when I'm on a daily here, you break it down to the hourly. It's just you're talking yourself into it. The first thing that I'd want to see here is just to come out of here with a 5, right? It doesn't have to be an impulse. It could be a diag. Just give me the 5. I'll take the retrace because we're going to come back likely, right? There's no certainty. We're likely to come back and test this. Then I'll be. This will be all over YouTube, all over our channel, all over it, right? You can see it makes sense, but the transactional value of this as an alternative to Litecoin or the other dozen coins that are supposedly going to be how we're going to transact with crypto. Okay, right? There's a good story here, but we're not there yet. This is not a launch point. Oh, shit, I wish so. Let's see, where do I have it? Do I have it on crypto? I've got it on BloFin, right? So I can get some volume here, right? Okay, well, we're where did I draw this from? Oh, here, let's just do it again. Oh, I think I drew it from the high, right? So if we go from this high, right, to the low, here's the volume profile. Okay, so we've got trading down here, right? We've got high volume down here. So traders are transacting here. What do I got below? Do we have any trend? No trend. ADX, right? Simple, reliable, like a Stochh or an RSI, right? It's just math, right? Do we have any trend? No, we have no trend. We had a downtrend. Now we have no trend. Let's go to a 2 hour, right? I'm trying to give this respect, right? Because that's the comment I'm getting. You're not respecting what's here. Okay, I'd put the 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I think you're trying too hard to squeeze the diag in. A, B, 1, 2. You'd have to put the 3 here. This would have to be the 3, 4, 5. If you try and get out of here with an impulse to finish it, okay, there's your finishing 5, maybe. Okay, but that's wake me when it moves. Can we get back into value? Right, that might be a good goal. Can we get back into the value area? Right now, again, you can say, oh well, it's undervalued. Yeah, you can make that argument. It's undervalued. Okay, right. So how much money do you want to park here, and how long are you prepared to give it? Right. That's what you'd have to ask yourself. How long am I willing to give this? Right. I have it as a WXY. If I pull this all the way out. A little bit different, right? So WXY. Not crazy. It's the simplest thing, right? When in doubt, right? Simplify, right? If you can, right? If the market allows for it, it does. I can finish this as a 5. It's a little wacky down there. 3, 3, 3. Finishing with a 5. I have it on my watch list, right? I do, right? I'm keeping it right next to Bitcoin, right? Because now I'm curious, right? Time to trade it? Unless you want to park, right? You want to park some money? I suppose that's as good as any of the contenders, right, to be your transactional crypto. Makes sense. All right, Andreas, I want to give respect to Bitcoin Silver, but the market's going to have to respect it first. All right, so there we go. All right, Bitcoin Silver. Do I have anybody above? No, I don't. Okay, so Depeche is coming in. What's he got? Let's see what he's got here. What's he looking at? Oh, he's giving me Bitcoin right off the top. All right, cool. All right, let's get into Bitcoin. We got a perpetual here. We're on a 4 hour. Love this. Boy, Depeche does really solid work, guys, right? Pay attention to what he posts. Okay, right, so we see the huge gap here, right? This makes perfect sense. Note the low volume node, right? So we trade from ledges to ledges. That's quite a ledge there. So what have I got here? I've got your 4 hour. Okay, right. So this is interesting, right? None of us can. There's so many different counts in here. Right. So we there's been so many attempts at this because it's abnormal, right? You know, you could trade it as a triangle. You could start it here. It could be A, B, C, D, E. There's a number of different ways you can come out of the hole here. I would agree here. We put in the 3. These are disconnected, right? So this is all correcting. Well, here, so we just do it this way, right? We are correcting this here, right? It's all we ever do in the markets, right? I've been talking, but kind of harping on this. Every decision you make at every moment on the chart is just that, right? Which side's going to hold, this side? It's all we ever do. That's the only decision we make. Okay, right? So the premise here is that I've got a low. All right, let's dig in there a little closer. I've got a candidate for this to be done, and we're leading out of here. Boy, it's also just as ugly. Let's push this off. All right. This is an optimistic expectation here. How do we get out of here? A, B, C, W, X. Putting the X here. I like this, right? This is a good thought. A, B, C. Well, this is going to be the count because the alternate here is that we're putting in the X. And which is, oh shit, here if you look, I have the same thing, but with a variation here that this 3 is a B, and we've gone A, B, C. This variant here is very appealing because what we're doing here now, it wouldn't make sense, right? I mean, suppose we could end up here. So the idea being, okay, if this is A, B, and this would be the C of the X before we'd head down for a Y. This is a nice alternative that I would encourage you to, members, I would grab his chart, right, and keep it as an alternate, or shit, maybe your primary, because it's perfectly valid, right? So it's a little weird here, the length of the 1, right, but it's technically valid. Very shallow B, so it's a little bit of a, we're trying to accommodate a bias here that the low is in. Now, okay, right, crypto-friendly administration. We've got the Bitcoin reserve, blah, 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 right? We've got all the politicians, of course, because crypto funded their campaigns, right? So we've got, a lot of pressure to get something happening in crypto. Well, how do we get out of here, right? So it has to be that this has to complete here. But this would be a great alternate here for the idea that the low is in, and we're doing just this ugly little chop into a diag here. Now, again, it's contracting, not what you'd hope for. You'd want expanding, right? But we can be flexible on that. So one more kick up here. Well, we got to do it as a 3, so it has to be, right, he's pretty much laid it out here. It has to be this, right? We got to do it as a 3, just as we did here. Do we have a 3 here? I suppose, right, we could take it down to a 1 hour here and get a 3 in there. We can get it. This is a good luck. 3, 3, 3. Okay, I'll fly with that. A, B has to kick one more time, right? It's not optional, right? I don't know, right? If it would be realistic to say, okay, we're doing this and we're done. That's hopium. Market's selling off again today, right? So risk assets are getting their asses kicked again. Is there a trade here? Well, the one thing that looks encouraging, right? We're into in a diag like this. Remember, the reason we see a diag, right, is because it's a battle between bulls and bears. Thus all the overlap, right? There's not agreement. So the chop is consistent with a diag, right? But this has to finish. We have to get that 5, right? So we can lean into it and say, okay, well, shit, I got a 5. Well, we wait for the 3, right? Can we get this? Well, we have the benefit, right, of this being bullish order flow, right? That being bullish order flow. We pull back into it, right? The midpoint here. Can we get this? Right, because really what we want is this. This is what we want. Want to go in that? You just have to be this. Well, this has to be a 5, right? So it's got to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B. I can live with that. Bring it into this zone here. I think that for the short-term traders, there's probably a play right there. Well, this is worth noting here, the halfway point here of this, what is bullish order flow. As it comes down, it gets mitigated, it's right at the golden zone, right? So that's kind of interesting, right? So that's appealing. I'd like it here. Where your stop, right? On the 707. You don't want to give it too much here, and because in case the other count, right, plays out, right, the expectation is we're going down. So what do we got here? 85 and change with tight stop. You lever that. He's doing perpetual. You can trade the futures. I would not give it a lot of room here. And I'd keep the size smaller. Right? Stop probably under that pivot. It's pretty reasonable. You know there's liquidity down there. So if it starts to come down, right, that will be an easy target. So will that. You've got multiple golden zones here. Here's the small one, the major one. All looks good, right? All looks good. I'd let this come down a little bit, right? Remember, as retracement traders, we don't buy it when it's going up. We buy it when it's coming down. I know, seems counterintuitive, but that's the reality of trading. That's what makes it so hard. Oh, fuck, I can't buy it. It's coming down. That's how you make money. Trading futures, right? Now, equities, different story. Equities, the one market where you can trade breakouts. Futures, Forex, crypto, only the inexperienced buy breakouts. Okay, nice work, Depeche. Thanks for that. I appreciate that alternate count. I've been kind of back and forth with the team. That's the best one I've seen. Very, very good work. Pay attention to his work, right? I'd model it, copy it. If he posts something, watch it. Killa, what do we got? Killa for tilt. Okay, what are we doing? Oh, prime, back to prime. This must I can always tell when people are in something and they're probably underwater. They post it a lot. Hope, I want hope. Okay, please check the object tree. Okay, so we got object trees in here. Okay. Well, let's start with this one. Let's see, let's make that. Okay, good. All right, please check the object tree. Okay, that's good. He gave me that note, or I would have missed it. Okay, so we got a 1 here. We got a 5 there. Let's go to a 2 here. We can see that a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, beautiful. Right? This, you don't have to be an Elliott wizard to see that. Right? Do we have 5 swings? Yes, we have 5 swings. A little, well, you probably used 4 in there. Okay, well, what do we know, right? If you're practicing Elliott Wave, or you're Elliott Wave curious, okay, well, with the foundation of it is the market moves in 5s and 3s, right? That's the genius of Elliott, right? We've got 90-something years of precedent. So it's not in dispute as to whether that's how the market moves. Is that how the market always moves every time at every? No. Broadly speaking, right? That's how the market moves. Period. If you don't embrace that, this is the wrong live stream. We're the wrong group of technicians for you to be focusing on or watching, right? This just bore you to death because you say bullshit, right? If you're a believer, or you don't have to be a believer. You have to be an analyst, right? You can look at the market's history. You don't have to go, well, shit, I don't know if that works. You got 97 years of precedent. Okay. A, B, C. Technical, probably. Ooh, a little bumpy down there. Well, we broke gold in here, so this algo gets spanked, right? They're out, right? Trust me, they don't care. They'll take the next one. Let's look from the top, right? Maybe the sell side got it. Probably, right? So here, what we can understand why. Why does that happen there? There's Al. Where's his target? Well, if we come down here, then we're going to be revisiting this. Maybe this is because you can probably see it. You probably do an A in here, B. You can get an A, B, C in there, right? We're coming to come down here. This, right? For the C here, that's a target, right? There's an algo. It's going to stay short till it gets there, or it gets stopped out here. Well, let's see now. So it looks, oh shit, I just moved that. I probably shouldn't have done that, right? So it looks like he took this, he's already stopped out. Now, what do I like about that? It's aggressive, and look at his risk. Like you were either going to get that pop or you're out, right? So now you just, okay, so he's out. Right, do we want to reevaluate this a little bit lower? Maybe. All right, so once it's broken, it's broken. That's a good, that's decent looking 5, right? You'd probably do it this way now, right? And bring the C down here. Now, let's be mindful of the fact that despite the break of the golden, we still have a corner pocket here. Let's put it, let me do it this way. Oh, let's just go to default, right? Okay, so we still have a corner pocket, right? Now, what he's put is a sliding parallel on this, which we can do, right? So you can draw it. You can use TradingView to do it. Just add a runner on it. We still have 80% probability, right? Just because it's not golden, right? Golden is just extra juice, but we still have 80% odds here working for us as long as that pivot holds, right? So it's going to get challenging, right? So what would you do here? If you're a technician, what would you start thinking about? Okay, well, let's see how the A and the B relate, right? Very common for the length of A projected from the B to be at 100%, right? The lower extension. So this is very common. Do I still have a trade here? Well, yeah, but do I need to put it? I don't need to be one tick underneath, because the entire premise of the trade is that's going to hold. Does it make sense, right? Well, what else can we build into this, right? Do I have some bullish order flow? Yes, right? See, it's untapped, right? I hope you understand what I mean by that, right? Why is it, wait a minute, why is that bullish order flow? Because the premise is here that this would be muscle here, accumulating shorts, launching it, right? That blows all of the shorts out. They come back down here. This is where they're going to mitigate those shorts. So it had been untouched till we just popped in here, but that's not a full mitigation, right? You'd look for it at 50%. Excuse me, right? Allergies are bad this time of year. Okay, right, so you've got a potential trade here. There's one there, right? He's already taken one. Now, do you want to immediately go again? I'd kind of want to see, are we heading down here? Because if it breaks this low, what's the next thing you're going to do? Right? It's not invalidating the potential for the corner, right? You might do it here. Same idea, right? But you're still allowing for, if this is going to get fully mitigated, right? It's likely to come down to the 50. What else is down there? We got an order block. We got a fair value gap in the middle of there, right? We got one right here, right? Imbalance, right? Some people, there's a bit of a backlash from ICT, right? It'd be interesting to see if 5 years from now he's still as influential as he is. People are starting to, wake up. There's a lot of bullshit involved there. So you're seeing less and less, right? I see it on both on our indicator side as well as over here. People are starting to wake up that there is no master algo that's controlling all the markets, right? It's all bullshit. It always was, but it sold a lot of mentorships. Okay, right? Not to get on for that, right? So I'd be looking down here for some signs of a pivot, right? Maybe it's going to go down here. It's going to go down here. Right. The one thing that I think will linger from ICT will be the language, the terminology, right? So these imbalanced gaps are now fair value gaps. Right? That will probably hold. 5 years from now, we'll probably still be calling those fair value gaps. As to the rest of his, it'd be interesting to watch. Okay, all right, so let's get that. Let's put that in something we can see a little bit better. Here, right. Okay, so we're going to get an ABC here. I'm looking for it down here, right? So don't be discouraged if you take a little loser, right? Remember, jab, yes, jab, no problem. Okay, jab me, but don't do this. Don't be stupid, right? I hate to say it that way, but that's what you'd be doing, right? If you give it that much room, unless the entire premise is, I just want to park money here because I think in 3 to 5 years it's going to be much higher. Okay, well, park away. That's definitely long-term parking. Why? Why would Prime rally? Well, use case, utility. What does it have them? Right now, you got to get over here and go. Okay, well, Prime. What is it? Prime. Let's see if I can do this fast enough. Fuck, what's the handle? It's Prime. Why? Why do I care about Prime? Do I even have it in here? Oh shit! I don't know which one of these it is. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not fluid with the technology behind crypto, right? Which is Fortunately, you don't have to be. I'm a technician first and foremost, right? So all I see is, here's the premise, right? That remember, the technician, this is the first agreement you make with yourself, right? This is the first assumption you make. All the known fundamentals that can be known at this moment in time are reflected in that price, right? So any change in the fundamentals should be shown in the price, right? So if people start to adopt Prime for whatever reason, it will show in the price action. Does that look like it's showing there? Does it look like it's showing there? Does it look like it's showing there? Again, why are you buying it down here? Well, I believe it's going to be higher 5 years from now. Well, that potential is still certainly there, right? It's been 28 bucks, right? It's just out of I think we've done this before, if I'm not mistaken. To get it on the high. Not to the tick, right? This is pretty common. It looks like, oh, you might have caught it on the other side. Didn't quite get there. All right, so it's kind of sloppy. What are you doing with that? A, B, C, right? Would have to be W, X. Oh, you could do A, B, C. It's not pretty, right? But okay, undervalued, maybe. Want to buy it? You know, I kind of come back to why, right? FOMO. Well, if it starts to go, right? Oh, it went to $6. God, I missed the whole fucking thing. Did you? Did you miss the whole thing? Right? Wouldn't you anticipate that? Right? Get this first. Or you say, oh, I got it there. Okay, maybe. Do you? Okay. All right. Well, now we're back to why would you trade it right here? Okay, we're going to fill in this. We're going to rebalance the order flow down here. Get this out of here. Okay, down here, you like it? Okay, well, you're buying in undervalued. Are you buying in the discount? But I wouldn't feel like, oh shit, if I don't get it now, I'm going to miss this whole thing. No, I think not. But one to get on your watch list, but understand why. Wait, I can't find why. Oh, I'm sure someone's gonna. I'm gonna get a bunch of comments. And someone can tell me why I care about Prime, which utility is, why is this gonna go? Not sure. Okay. Oh, geez. All right, the list getting better. Okay, here comes Never Give Back. Never Give Back is trying to give me a chart. Okay, so something's up. Okay, well I think he's posted this a couple of times. So let me copy that link. Let's see what I get here. Oh wait, did I miss something here? I think I missed something here. I'll if there's something else there. Let me get out of here. This was before I get out of here. Okay, this is a bit more consistent with what we were just talking about, right? Okay, so here's the 5 question mark, right, hitting the median line. I don't think it changes the story much, right? So potentially A, B coming down for the C, right? You're still looking for a buy down here, same area. All right, so I think I missed a few of his, and he told me to look at them. So did I miss any? Previous count. 1, 2. Well, that could still fly because you got the 5. This could be A, B. We're going to come down for a C down here. I wouldn't give up on that, right? What matters, right? Do we break this pivot down here, right? Then this is invalidated, right? So you're still okay. I like it down here at $3, $3.50. I wouldn't. I'm not saying sell it. I'm just saying if you're going to accumulate, what would be ideal, right? We come down here, right? We get into we mitigate here the order flow, and you get a reaction, right? But just a little pop, right? Unless you're scalping or you know you're short-term trading, you want something significant, and then you want a 3, right? Now come back, test it. Now you can go. Okay, Never Give Back. What do we got here? Copy link. Copy link. Yep, I'm going to leave that because I've got his copy over here, so I can come back to it. Okay, so he's been all over this, right? So this is that's a lot of movement here. So remember, when you're trading something like cocoa, you are trading the weather. What causes this? Supply and demand, right? What influences supply and demand in a commodity like plant. Weather. I know this well. I was a commodities broker for 10 years. Right? I know of what I speak. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, ending diag. All right, well here, at least we get an ending diag here setting this up. Are we done? Okay, let's go look at it. Shit, I got to do it over here. So I got to get rid of that one. I want to save that one. Oh, fuck here. I got to just do a new one. Oh, what's something here I can dig into? I got Solana over here. Bonds here. Let's just add another corner. Okay. So let's get Coco over here. Oh, CC. Futures. Coco futures. Let's do the full gamut here. Okay, back to his picture. What are we doing here? We're putting in an ending diag, and he gave me a 2 hour. Oh shit, where'd you go? 2 hour. There it is. Okay. Well, for me, I always have to pull out. I got to see the big picture here. All right, so do we need to be in log scale? Oh fuck. Maybe not. Whew, that's funky. Well, just looking at that, what's the first thing that occurs to you just looking at that? Right? You think there's values here? We got outside of value coming back to the POC, right? Now, the POC is not a good place to enter the market, right? So it's a good target, but you have no edge when you're there because everybody agrees that's a fair price. So what's your edge? What's he thinking? So we've gone A, B, and we're in the C. All right, well, this is 3. God, that looks like this is going to be your 4. Well, let's a couple things, right? Let's keep it simple. Okay, what's the dominant low? Right here, all right, dominant high. Highest high, highest low. Well, first thing I would do is just check Al. Where is he? Right at the POC. You got a pretty solid ledge there. So if it comes down to that, right, I see, again, careful about trading at the POC, right? You get here, you don't know which way it's going to go. I'd want to see a bounce there. What would your premise be? That this is going to be 1, 2? What if this is 5, this has got to be a 2. And he's trading the A into the B. Okay, I got you. All right, so you're trading the A, anticipating that we've topped here. This is the 5. This is the A. We're going to go B. And then we're going to go C and correct the whole thing. Because we got a long way to go down. If we go to the lowest low. I don't know why I can't put that in log scale, but that is fucked, right? Okay, I guess I can't. Okay, so his count has it as A, B, looking for C, right? It's reasonable. Why not? Why not that? Makes sense. You're going to come back to where we have agreement. 1, 2, well, it looks pretty solid. Now, don't be lazy. Use everything that's available to you, right? If that's the B, right? Very common, right? If we're not going to do 100, right? The second most common, third most common, right? Fourth most common, right? So why not play with, right? Again, I say this all the time. What does it usually do? Maybe one more leg. Maybe it's done. All right, a little front run off the POC. Okay, is that enough? Let's go to 30 minute. Is that enough to buy it? Well, you better be paying attention to the fundamentals here, right? This is what's the weather forecast, right? Which crop are you trading? It's a little more complicated when you get into something like where you have front month, back month, right? Supply and demand variables that are tied to weather, right? So it's a whole nother ball game when you're trading a commodity like this. What we can see here is just a lot of chop, right? Here's a big ledge down here. This would take some sort of a supply imbalance, demand imbalance for this to kick out of here, to come out of this chop. I don't even know what the current shit. I'm so out of touch with futures now. let's see what the current month is. Well, that's the first question, right? You're going to trade May or you're going to trade July. Let's go to July. Any better here? Do you want to trade that? What's your edge? If I see this, I'm on the chart for maybe 5 seconds before I'm gone to the next asset. Nope. No, why? Why would I trade that? This is not an asset where you can park money for the long term, right? This is very expensive to trade, big margin. I don't know, even though I don't think they have micros. Big money. Maybe you can trade the futures options, but I don't know if you trade. If that's what you're doing, never get back. Very expensive to trade, right? It's overnight margins steep. You got a decent looking. Oh fuck. Well, there's a 5 right there, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have to go A, B, C into that. You must have something. Either you love this or you're a cocoa trader. I don't know why. What is it? What are you excited about here, right? Or maybe you're in it. Order block, bullish order flow. Yes. It's not good enough. I just wouldn't trade that. Maybe break this trend line here. Pretty obvious trend line right here, right? So we've got this. Fuck, come here. Maybe one more down here. But if you're really want to trade this, what do you want to see, right? Okay, maybe you talk yourself into this. Let's get down there. What are you doing here? A, B, C? Well, if gun to my head, somebody said you're going to have to trade this. You got an imbalance down here, fair value gap. Good enough? Tight fucking stop, right? I mean, I'm telling you, it's $10 a tick, right? It's very expensive to trade. So careful in there. Never get back. You don't want to get back, right? You'd have to be tight on the stop or trade the options market. I don't know what valuation is, probably way down, right? Because you don't have any volatility now. So maybe the calls are a little bit less expensive. Okay. CN Salazar. Oh, wait a second. Now, is you posting something, CN Salazar? No, you're just helping Never Get Back with his. Okay. Okay. All right. Here comes Depeche again, right? Appreciate him covering the lack of participation from the other members. Shame on you other members. Oh, shit. Wait a second. Sorry. White screen coming at you. Hang on. Copy link. What happened there? I don't know why that got fucked up. There we go. Okay. Something got wonky there. Okay. Let's save that. Oh, let's see. I don't know if that's it. I think that's my watch list. Okay, so let's get out of there. Okay, XLM. Okay, good. Good. Thanks, Depeche. Okay, interesting. All right, so let's get let's go to a 3-day. Oh fuck here. So I can just get a little bit more perspective. Okay, beautiful, right? A, B, C, D. All right, now we got something to work with here. So this this is just such a force of habit. I just do it reflexively. Okay, so it's a big assumption, right, that we're connecting it all. That we're doing this, right? So I know Depeche knows this, right? This is a little bit, okay, wait, really, we're connecting all of this, right? So we're going to end up with that. It's a little bit, so where did you really want it, right? You wanted it here, right? You wanted that. So now okay, could be. Here's a really nice example, right, of order flow mitigation. Right, up we go. It didn't quite get there, but there's a little micro order block right here as well. Oh, what could I do that here? Let's just call it a gray box, right? So you got a little. This is bullish order flow again before it goes up. Right here's where it gets mitigated. So okay, there's potential for this to come back down again. He's got the invalidation here, right? So it's always good to mark that, right? So you just don't know where you're wrong. or where you want to be out, I guess maybe is a better way to say it. Okay, let's go. What did he give me? He gave me a daily. Okay, so let's go to the daily. Oh, 4 hour will do. Okay, so we're into the D. A, B, we got to finish this down here, right? So it has to be a 3, right, in a triangle. That's not optional. So the A is clean. Well, we got a little truncation there, but I can live with that because that's all wick. 3, 3, 3, 3. You probably make that fly, right? Let's go to a 2 hour. Okay, so we're at the 50. Oh, we're crypto, so I can't get volume. Oh, well, you can anticipate here. There's going to be, if you just look in here, this is going to be, we can't get the volume profile here. We have a lot of agreement here. So if we're coming up to the other edge of that, I might look at this here, right here. Say, okay, in addition, right, that prior support, right, resistance. That's very tradable, right? Assuming you're comfy on the short side. So you have two thoughts here, right? So I don't know if well, he'd be comfortable shorting it, right? So you could take the short here, very tight stop, right? So again, think premium discount, right? Do you want to be a buyer here? No, you don't. I don't care what it does, right? This is just reinforcing a bad habit. I don't care if this goes to the moon. All you do is reinforce a bad habit. Do we want to sell premium discount, right? It's just over and over again, right? Am I in log scale? I am in log scale. All right, so we're in the ideally, you'd want to sell it down here. Excuse me, pardon me. You want to buy it down here, right? If you want to be a seller, okay, well, at least you got to the 50. You didn't get a great looking 4 there. I suppose you can. Yeah. Well, it looks like you're gonna have to do this. A little bit of a Elliott shuffle because you want it, right? You want 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Or you're doing 3s. But that doesn't quite fit. You'd have to, I suppose you could do a WXY there. WXY, I suppose you could live with that. So if you're going to trade it, right, always the question is, okay, well, if I'm going to trade this, where am I out? Where am I wrong? All right, if it were me here, right, and I was just coming to this now, I wouldn't chase it. You don't want to chase something that's already moved, right? So I would want it to come back, right? And I would take that, looking for that. So you might trade it right there. Can I do that? Right, there's where the liquidity is. This is where you're wrong, right? Because there's liquidity there. It's amazing they didn't get that because there's stops right there. We don't have to wonder about it. We know there's liquidity right there. Right, we know, right? It's all on every side of every pivot. There's always going to be stops. Okay, so they didn't get that there, right? So weakness, but you don't want to chase it now. Well, let me rephrase that. I wouldn't chase it because you're late to the party, right? And the little snapback here is like, oh fuck, I fucked that. Now again, you start to beat yourself up. Take the little pullback. If you don't get it, right? Well, then you're gonna have to wait for a deeper pullback and take it here, right? Change the stop, right? It changes the dynamics, right? So maybe you have to trade a smaller size because you missed the turn. Now he may very well be in the turn. See, this is really a common problem that happens to new traders, right? They think, oh shit, damn, if I had just been at the turn. Well, if this is going down here, right, and we're talking about 28 cents to 20 cents, you don't want to sell it when it's going down. You want to sell it when it's going up. I know that sounds totally counterintuitive, but particularly in something like this, you want to sell it right there. Right? Look at my risk reward. What if I get stopped out? Okay, we'll get used to it. You're going to get stopped out way more times than you're not. So thank you to my stop, right? Thanks for doing your job. That's all you want to say there. Thank you. I'm glad I had a stop on it. Next trade. Where do you get fucked, right? Well, you essentially do it yourself. Very common, right? Oh, I knew that thing was going to go down. I just didn't want to get stopped out. Death blow, right? Again, most traders kill themselves. not literally, right? They blow their accounts up because they don't want to get stopped out. Their ego is so fragile that they can't take being wrong. Well, you are in the wrong business, my friend, right? If that's the problem for you. If you can't take a stop, I'll get stopped out 6 times, right? But as long as they're little jabs, right? I like the boxing analogy. You can jab me all day long. You're not going to knock me down. But you do this, I just gave you my naked chin and leaned in and said, please, please knock me out. It's never worth it, right? You're like, oh, but I get stopped, right? And then it turned, okay, well, it's very common, right? It's something like this. They run the liquidity here. Well, you got to be prepared to go again, right? Well, first, would that still be a valid 4? Would it? No, you probably talk yourself into that. You're good up until that pivot, right? But then all of a sudden the count's going to start to break down. You're like, wait a minute, that's not going to be a 4 way up here. So the conditions have changed, right? The playing field has changed. You still going to short it up here? I mean, do what you're going to do, but would that make sense? Does the context make sense, right? That we're going to put the 4 in up here? Probably not. We make trading, right, so much harder than it needs to be. See, the analysis, right, this is you either love it or you hate it, right? You're trying to solve a puzzle here. What really matters, right, is how you manage the risk, right? You can be a great technician, right, great analyst, right? No risk control, your days in the market are short, right, because you can't manage the risk, right, because you can't take the stops, right? But it's very common, right, particularly with business people, doctors, lawyers, right? Believe me, I experienced this as of 10 years as a broker. They're so used to controlling their environment, they get in an environment like this where they can't control it, and they can't accept being wrong. Very, very common. That was the whole point of being a broker, right? That's how you learn the markets, right? I watched hundreds and hundreds of other people trade and lose money. Very small percentage made money. I started to pay attention to what they were doing. Okay, I got double Depeche. I got another Depeche. Man, he stepped up today. I appreciate that, Depeche. Thanks for that. Okay, what do I got from you here? Oh, I don't think this is XLM. Oh, no, this is XLM again. All right, so here's the idea, right? We just gave me. Okay, so now I'm to, oh, shit, we're going to be on time today. How about that? We may even be early. Again, members, week. Hangman wants Tesla. Okay, let me get, oh, fuck here. I wanted to save that. Is that a copy? What do I got here? This is the copy. Oh, what do I got here? ETH. Let's get Tesla up here. ETH. Another. Such a disappointment. Okay, let's go to Tesla. Everybody loves Tesla. Or do they? Well, regardless of what is going on with Tesla and Elon Musk, right? But you almost have to take that out of it, right? People just love trade because this has big volatility, big alpha. People love to trade it. Okay, what's happening here? What's the first thing you see? Oh, it's all mitigated. Well, okay, let's get some perspective on this. Do we need to be in log scale? Right. If we're looking at it here from 100 to 500, yep, we do. All right, let's reset that. Well, it looks like this might have broken. It did. All right, so we got 707 here, but that really doesn't matter, right? So what matters here is that Al was broken, right? So on the other side, it looks like they're getting broken on both sides. Which happens, right? But they may have caught it here. Where did they get it? Here? Could be. So what would we think here? That's not a 5. This is going to be a flat? Well, there's no mistaking this, right? So with our Elliott hats on, there's no way around that, right? That is, we're not changing that into a 5. Well, let's check the let's check the retrace here. This is not easy Elliott here by any means, right? So it likes the 70, the 707, I should say. So do we have a 5 here? Well, it looks like we might have a 5 that finishes. Let's go down to a 4 here. Can we make sense of that? Let's push this off for a second. All right. So again, often this is, you know, I do it this way so you kind of get a feel for what you'd be doing, right? There's no magic behind the scenes, right? This is, you know, this is what you're going to do. Let's go to 2 here. Ending diag. Signs of a good low, right? Was there liquidity swept? Yes. That's a bit of a, kind of want to put it here, but then we're into a diag. And that looks like you'd have a 5 here. Triangle maybe. Let's go to a 1. I guess you're going to have to do it there. A, B, oof. You can say I love it. It is what it is. It's worth noting, right? It's don't expect it to be perfect at every swing, right? At least not perfect. There is no perfect technical occurrence in the market. So how are we going to get out of here, right? So we'd have to. You got a 5 here, right? So this is kind of part of it, right? I suppose this is the value here. I'm seeing it put together. Okay, so all I'm doing is just looking for 5s and 3s. Can't say I mean, it's tricky Elliott in here. So I got a 5 here, so I got to deal with that. It wouldn't be connected to these, so there's another 5 here. I see. Well, okay, so I got to label I got to wick these off and say, okay, what do I have? Come here. Do I have another one? I got another one here. All right, so I've got potential zigzag here. Can I do a B here? So suppose so. So here's a zigzag. So how do I count for this? It's there. There's no, you know, I gotta accept it, right? There it is. Zigzag. How does it fit? I have a 5 here. Well, doesn't look like it. Looks like another 3. Looks like you've got that. So I got another 3 here. It's a series of 3s. Another one here. Oh, come here. Well, that actually looks like you got a 5 in there too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tough one. We get a lower high here. Okay, let's come back out and get some perspective. Okay, how are we going to get out of here? All right, what we're trying to do is, how do I get to a good low here? And where does it fit? Let's take this down one here, see if we can get something that makes sense. Okay, so right off the bat, right, your first thought would be, okay, do I have WXY? Well, we'd need, all right, it keeps going, so we need another W, X, Y, X. Can I get that into a Z? Can we do this? I think we might. Ugh. Yeah, it doesn't quite play, does it? Well, you're gonna. This is what you're left with, right? If assuming that. Oh, God damn it! Come here. Can we do that? Where's your 1? Oh, that's a 2. Here, let's do it this way here, so I don't lose my spot. If I go to, let's go to a 30-minute. You know, part of me is concerned is just boring people to death, but this is the reality of it. All right. If I do it in advance, I don't think you learn anything. I'm not sure I've got anything to teach you here. This is a really tricky one. 1, 2, oh, fuck. I guess you can get it. Well, that has to be a 5, right? You're going to have to put a 2 here, 3, 4, 5. I got a 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, fuck. Tricky. I got a 5 here. But well, let's see if we can make this fly. 1, 2, can I get that done? I don't know that I can. Okay, so this finishes as an ABC. All right. So we got to revisit this. Oh, this is a clusterfuck. Okay, so how we got 3 into this high. I got to get done here. Okay, so let's revisit. Can I do it as a diag? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that's what we've got to do. All right, so let's oh fuck, come here. Let's reconsider that. Okay, even without changing anything, can we make it fly as a diag? Because we have to work backwards, right, from this, right? So I can't get an impulse in there. So I have an ABC here that I'm stuck with. There's here, right? I'm stuck with that, right? So I got to work backwards. Can I do it as a diag? Let's take that down. Oh, fuck here. Well, let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a series of ABCs, and I think you're going to have to do this. No, you're going to have to put the A here. You got the same problem, right? So you're going to have to, oh, fuck, that's brutal. Tough one. ABC, 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 ABC. Motherfuck me. All right, you're going to have to do A, B, C there. I don't see an alternative, right? Okay, right, does it matter, right? That's the question, does it matter? Let's come back to a 4 here. God damn. We have to get done here. Well, I'm gonna have to call in support on that one. And by that I mean my team of Elliott Wizards. I don't see it. Even if you went A, B, C, right, you're going to truncate here. I'll tell you what I'll do, right, because I know it gets boring to watch this, right, if I struggle. I'll work with my guys here. I've got 3 or 4 master Elliotticians. Maybe they can spot something here. Oh, that's a really difficult count. I don't see it. Let's see one last thing to check here. Where's Al, right? If you're lost, right, where's Al? It's another 3. It's a series of 3s. I don't have a good count there. I don't see it. When in doubt, stay out, right, would be my proposal to you. Right? If I can't find something here that I'm comfortable with, well, there's Al. There he is. I mean, I've got you right on it. Okay, there he is. Oh, that's a butt ugly Elliott. I might have to go out to a weekly or something. What I'll do here, I'll post it as I often do when I get stuck on these. I'll post it under the video, under the live stream when we get a count here that can fly, so that I don't bore you all to tears. It'll be I'll make the comment under the live stream, and I'll post the chart with a link to it once we get it. I don't see it, right, but I'm taking too long. What can I see? What technical event can I see here? Well, there's Al. 3, 3. All right, so it's a series of 3s, right? So it makes me uncomfortable with it. You want to be a buyer there? Well, you could probably talk yourself into this bullish order flow. Oh, it's not sure. I'm just going to use that box. Okay, technical event. What do we have to pay attention to? Right? If the Elliott's elusive, right? That's why we don't lean on it exclusively. If the Elliott's elusive, as that certainly is, what do I have up here? I've got an order block sitting right here. All right, bearish order flow. So I've got some of that supply zone up here. So right in the pocket here between the 50 and the golden zone, that's a nice setup here for that to maybe come out of there. It's not a fair value gap, but you get the idea. So the premise would be, okay, we're going to do this. That doesn't make sense, right? Difficult technical chart. I don't have a good solution for it. So I'm going to keep moving. I'll get with my guys, see if we can come up with something that flies. Okay, Dr. Alban. All right, I'm going to move on so I don't bore you all. And we'll come back to that. Let's go here. You know, you get stuck. That's the same thing I do, right? I go to my team and say, did anybody see something here that I'm missing? Okay, Dr. Alban is working, what are we on? A 4-hour on Bitcoin on Binance. So there's something big down here. Okay, so I'm going to do this just because this old brain of mine. You need to see it as I'm used to it. Volume is dropping off, right? We can see that. It's not. I do this not because I don't value volume. It's just trying to clear up some space. So I got a big block down here. What are we doing with that? What's the idea here? What are we measuring there? Oh, where's my crosshair? What are we doing here? Prior resistance. Oh, I know. That's got to be related to the retrace. Hang on a second. He likes to do this. It does drive me crazy. Okay. That's got to be the 50, the golden zone, would be my guess. No, it's not. What are we doing there? Why? Not sure. Okay, let's get in there. Okay, all right, so the premise here is that we're going to come down. Well, I guess this is... Jesus, why are we here? Let's come out of log scale. All right, let's take another swing at this. Let's get that off of there. Okay, so either B's going up or C's coming down, or the B is going to roll over here, and this is the A, and the C is going to come down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I have the same count, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's get into a 3-hour here. A, B, C. Okay, well, let's see how this is. Hang on. This is a good alternate to Depeche. Because this would be, oh, he's doing it as a, Okay, well, if we're doing this as an A, we'd be expecting a pretty steep B, right? If we're going to do it as a flat of some sort. Of course, the other thought, which we could just add here pretty quickly, would be as a W. X. That's what Depeche has, I think. W, all right, we're using this as the X. A, B, C, right? So that gets us out of here. That allows for this to finish down here and get off of there. Allows for us to finish that because we've got an A, B, C, right? So we've got a 5 that finishes, but in the context, it still kind of suggests that possibility. We still have to consider that, right? That this could be a W, and we'd have A, B, and we're working for the C to get into an X. Well, okay, if we're doing this as a diagonal, let's see, can we make that work? A, B, C, oh, fuck. Well, this, see, I know you would see this, Dr. Alban. We got a 3 in there? Maybe. It's a little bit of a stretch. Well, all right, if we're doing it as a 3, you'd have to be this way. Let's get that. Now, some people, I completely understand the thinking. Oh fuck, man, who cares? Why do we care, right? So it's not. So I don't get a perfect. You can take that approach to the market, right? With the whole point of Elliott Wave is it's giving us a way to organize the chaos. That's the point of it. It's giving a structure, context. If you abandon it because you can't find a count, right? Like I just went through with Tesla. If you abandon it and go, oh fuck, right? Who cares? You're now rudderless. You're just winging it. And you'll start buying when they're going up and selling when they're going down, right? You're abandoning the framework of how you would approach the market. At least, well, let me rephrase that. How we approach the market, right? Again, there's no dispute as to whether the market moves in 5s and 3s. That's not in dispute. You can say, well, it's different now. It's 2025, man. It's all algos. It's still 5s and 3s, period. Just open any chart for the last 90 years and tell me that you don't see it. It's not real. It's not real. It's not how it moves. I think you'll find otherwise. So if we look here and we go, oh, okay, we're turning that into a 3. Are we turning that into a 3? Right? It starts to get to where you like it just starts to you just get back to, well, oh, fuck it, right? Okay, well, so it's not a 3. I still want to buy it. Again, you're rudderless. You're just drifting, right? You're just winging it. You'll find some reason to rationalize your trade, right? Other than something that's, again, got a lot of precedent. 1, 2, maybe. All right, I can live with that idea. Okay, 1, 2. Is it pretty? Definitely not. Is Al involved? You tell me, right? Do I have to prove it? How many times do I have to show that before you go, well, clearly that's an algo that's influential in the market. Broke here. Well, is that all wick? No, it looks like you got to close below. Yep, you do. Right, so broken. What are you going to do with that, right? You'd have to do WXY into your 4 to keep it as a 3. 1, A, B, C. Okay, I can live with that. This one is a stretch, right? Because it looks like a 5. That would be the 4 or 5. But okay, if you really want to lean into that idea, yeah, well, it's okay. You can probably talk yourself into it. Okay, what's next, right? Do you want to buy it up here? Let's say that holds. Let's assume that holds. What's next? Right. See, that's the other benefit of Elliott, right? There's no question about what's next, right? What do we anticipate? Right. Remember, Elliott Wave, right, is always just a snapshot in time, right? At this moment, that's what that appears to be, right? You could probably talk yourself into, okay, well, if I can, ugly diag, right? This is okay. You can live with it. If that is indeed, I don't know what that's from. If that is indeed a diag to get us out of here, right, and this is going to be our low, well, we'd have to go back to Depesh's count, right, that gets this done here, right, to the ABC to be done here. If you'll recall his count, right, the X is here, and we're going to go ABC. All right, so if that's the premise, right, that we have a candidate here for a good low because we know this is not optional, right? We have to finish with a 5. Well, there's an ABC that would get it done down here. We have a sweep of liquidity. We have all the things we need other than we didn't get, a very solid looking 5 coming out of here. But okay, right, diag is a battle between bulls and bears, thus all the overlapping, right? That's always been the case. Of course, we have new rules now. Do we have a clear trend, right? Is there trend here? Well, okay, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Do you want to buy it up here? Do you have rules? Do you have something that guides your risk management? You want to buy it up here in the premium of the premium? Have at it if you want to. I think that would be foolish. Does that look like it's time to buy it? That's some serious question, right? Does that look like where you want to buy it? Well, back to the volume, right? Oh, this is, I'm on Binance here so I can get volume. Come here. So let's take it from the high to this high through the pivot. Edge of value, right? Do we have an edge here? Yeah, you do as a short. Where do I want to buy it? I want to buy it down here. right? POC, again, is the target, right? So is there a trade here? Absolutely, right? We have a swing. We have a failure swing here. We don't get a new high, right? Bulls, of course, want a new high. They don't get it. Oh, target. Right? That or POC is a target. Right, so for a shorter trade. Tradable? Definitely. Right, what are you working off of? Do we have a decent 3 here? Not really, right? There's a 3. 1, 2. Oof. This actually looks like I got a pretty decent 5 in here. It's not great, right? The only thing that's clear is this, right? This is the only thing where you can really sink your teeth into it and go, clearly a 3. This, well, it's, again, don't wing it. You won't miss anything. The reason you'd be tempted to do that is FOMO. Fuck, even that's butt ugly. You don't really have, Bitcoin's a bit notorious for shitty 2s. 1, 2, fuck, 3. Maybe you might be able to do it here. You go to a 10-minute. You're really pushing, right, to accommodate your bias. Is that an impulse in there? No. Can you get an impulse in there? No. So what is it? You can do it there. 4. Oh, you didn't overlap. 1, 2, 3. Maybe you can talk yourself into that. 1, 2, 3, 4. By God damn, would that be ugly? We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. Let's go to a green will stand out. Boy, is that an ugly 5? Right, it's an ugly finish, but you could probably talk yourself into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that cleans it up a little bit. Where do we pivot here? Sloppy, right? No close below, right? So it goes, but it fails to get to target, right? So they're stopped out here. They're stopped on both sides here. Right? It's a good example, right? Just because it's there doesn't mean it's. Well, they didn't get it here. They got stopped out. So they get stopped on both sides, right? Remember, they'll take a stop too, right? If they'll take a stop, you won't. Right? Stops, again, it's not like they're right all the time, right? It's just software. It's the same thing, right? They're using the way the market moves. It's not why it moves. So you've heard me say this 1,000 times. It's how it moves. All right. What are you going to do with that? Right? You thought 1, 2, right? That would have been your thinking. Oh, fuck, I got it. 1, 2. Nope. WX, he's stretching a little there. W, X. Does that look like an ABC? So you're stretching again, right? You see, you're setting yourself up for, oh fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might be able to get away with that. Okay, does that look like a good ABC? I'd expect a little more down, right? Rather than this. I mean, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. We are on a 10-minute, right? So it looks like you'd come down here. Where's the liquidity, right? Where are the stops? That's like, always ask yourself that, right? Where might it be going, right? Where can they get some liquidity, right? Man, if it's going to go high, remember this. Before it goes higher, it has to go lower, right? They have to grab that liquidity, especially if it's muscle. They need it. Unmitigated here, partially mitigated. Partial, right? Got a little bit of it here. That would make a little more sense. Okay, well, what are we doing here then? Is this A, B, 1, 2? It doesn't, the context is wrong. Right? So again, I come back to why the advantage of an Elliottian over every other technical approach. Does that make sense? We're going to pivot the 2 here. It's not that it's not possible. It's just, where are you expecting it? What does it usually do? We don't want to trade abnormal. Well, that'd be highly unusual. Well, I'm definitely taking it. Really? How about down here, right? How about at all this volume here, where we have agreement, right? Where muscle's not getting up here, right? They come down here, they can hide their size, at least more so than they can up here. You can 1, 2, really? I think not. Possible. I'm not saying it's not possible. Why? So if you're buying it there, what are you thinking? Oh shit, I didn't want to miss it. If it does this, we'd have to rethink the count. Maybe 1, 2, you'd have to do this, right? What would you do? You'd put it up here and say, oh, that was an ABC. Oh, that's the 3. This is the 4, and we're going to go for the 5. Okay, well then same process. Now where am I buying it? Right, this whole thing starts over again. Oh, I missed it. Did you? Did you miss it, right? This is the problem. Oh, I missed it. God damn it. Fucking guy told me not to. All right, did you miss it? What does it usually do? That actually looks better for it to come out of here, because then I've got to see why that looks better. A, B, C into a 1. A, B, C into a 2. A, B, C into a 3. This would be a shallow 4, right? We don't have to overlap anymore, right? So something like that, right? Now I've got, okay, I got my diag. I got a series of, I've got 5 dominant swings with 3s in the middle. What's in there? I'd expect that to come down lower, right? Here, right? That's at least 50, right? If it's gonna play as a diag, and we don't know, right? Here we're just kind of going with what's there on a lower time frame. If it's going to play that way, where are you expecting the 4? Right? Again, what is it usually? Where do you usually find it? Not always, right? At the 50, right? From the start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3. If that's going to end up being the pivot of the 3, we're looking for it down here. Where's the 50 in the golden zone? Where's Al going to participate? How does that fit in with the volume profile? Right? Where's muscle? Right, you'd have your edge down here. Goes from ledge to ledge. Right, this would be a very realistic target here. So you might have something like this, right, coming down. Boom. I have to wait and see. Okay, Dr. Alban, thanks for that. Hangman, we'll get that Tesla. That is brutal. Okay, I had three here from. Hang on, give me a second. I gotta find it. Cosmos Wonka posted them for me. Okay, so we got Cardano is the first one. Okay, so let's go to ADA. Oh, well, shit, that's not what I want. I want it here. ADA, crypto. Oh, let's go to Coinbase. I can get volume. Okay, let's get out to the daily. All right. I don't know. He and Musk, right? They spent the most money getting Trump elected, right? Because they want a crypto-friendly administration. They got it, right? So why are we? I don't know. This guy literally went on 60 Minutes and said, "Yes, I spent $300 million to get Trump elected. Yes, I did." Okay, how's that working out for him? Well, there's the election. He was pretty stoked at that point, wasn't he? What are we going to do with this? Do we need to be in log scale? Well, yeah, I suppose we do. There's our low. Right, it's an advantage of log. You can really see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Again, does the market move in 5s and 3s? You tell me. Sure looks like a 5 to me. It's funky, right? This is they all did the same thing, right? What are we going to do? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Oh. Well, we can say with certainty what we're not doing. We're not going 1, 2, 3. Right? So that's not bad news if you're bullish, right? That's good news, right? Because that means this is all going much higher. Right? Because we have another 1, 2. 1, 2. This is not 3. What does that leave? Right? Well, this is fuck. It's uncountable, really. There are spots where just there is no count, right? That's just wait, go. Okay, so what does that leave for us? It's tempting. I'm more inclined to start it here. This just all be part of the bottoming process. Let's just go ahead and do this. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what we're looking for. Oh, white's fine. Here, 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, there's a 3. Let's go to a 4. Oh, right. What's the easiest thing to spot? Looks like that might be where you're headed. If we fill in the blanks. And that's rough. A, B, C, right? We can fill that in. What's up there? Why? Is that Al? Little wiki. It's all wicks. All right, so they stay short. They, as in the software. There's no they. There's no guy there saying, yeah, oh, that's only Wix. Okay, so we can go ahead and sell it. It's not how it works. What do we got here? What would you think? I need an ABC. Are we going to truncate it here? No, right? I mean, it's not ripe. There's again, I come back to, could you trade that? Yeah, yeah. Okay, what are you going to do? Are you going to buy or are you going to sell? What edge do you have here? Well, I know the crypto is going to go, and maybe Trump will put this in the crypto reserve, and you're just stroking yourself because you want it to go higher. There's nothing here to say, oh, I got to buy it now. Right? This would be very much like this, just on a smaller degree. Absolutely no commitment from bulls or bears, right? It's just radio waves. Nobody knows. I don't know, right? Like you see, it's all over the place. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't know. What are we doing? What are we doing? I hope we're going down, right? So which way are we coming out of that? Do you have any idea? Is there some trend I can lean into? Is Al there? Well, maybe Al there. We got a good pattern here that I see. Do you want to risk money on that? Because that's what it comes down to. Is it good enough to put money at risk? If you take that, when you go back to review your trades, right, and you're looking at that going, okay, well, let's see, how did I do here? What did I do? What notes are you going to make for yourself so that the next time that happens, you're a buyer or a seller? What would it be? Empty space, because there is nothing there. There's nothing there for you to say, well, I had to buy it there. I couldn't miss that. Don't force trades, right? I'm in it, I'm long this, but I'm long from years ago, right? But would I buy it again? Would I add here? Fuck no. Why? Why? Oh, well, I didn't want to miss it. Well, okay. Again, you want to park money there? Okay. You in premium or discount? Premium. Is that a good spot to buy it? No. Is there any edge there? No. Do we have any volume profile here that might support the idea? Let's go from the low here. We're sitting at the POC. Terrible place to enter. Why? Because you have no edge here. What's your edge? You don't have one. Why are you buying that? FOMO, right? Or boredom, right? I need a dopamine hit. I need it, right? Because sooner you're in the market, right? Whoa, action. Dopamine triggers. I'm in, right? You're checking your fucking phone, like, is it moving? Right? That's the Jones, right? You're jonesing for a trade, right? So if you buy that, right? It's the only reason you're buying it. Okay, what else we got? Coti. I've looked at this one. Can't remember why it exists. Let's go over here to Coinbase. Why does it exist? We can look it up. I do all the time, right? Have to. There's so many of them. Okay, does that look better? Oh, I gotta buy that. Do you? Why? What? See, usually, right, people are making requests, right? I've mentioned this before. It's because they're in something, right? And they're looking for somebody tell me that I'm going to be okay. Somebody tell me that it's going to be okay, because I don't know. Well, it's kind of the same idea here. If you're looking at it on a daily, I mean, is it a reasonable place to buy? I suppose, right? If you want to, long-term park. Well, it could go at any second. True. It could. Right? All of crypto right now needs a catalyst, right? We got Al involved here. It needs a catalyst, right? And Trump's not doing it. Crypto reserves, not doing it. The crypto bill, right? They're the behind the scenes, right? There's a lot of macro events that should be bullish for crypto, but nobody's taking advantage of it now. Like, well, I'm going to get in now. That Senate, the digital currency bill, and they're keeping the central banks out of it, and it's going to be, Trump is positioning for his own stable coin. No conflict of interest there. I mean, none. Oh, what do you mean? We've never had a president, profiting from the office like this in obscene ways, right? He's making billions, not millions, billions. Right? You either care or you don't care, right? If you don't, what as traders do we care? No, we don't care. What do we care about? Being profitable. Not being right, not being politically correct, not being, MAGA or, lefty, or none of that is all bullshit, right? As a trader, what matters? Profitability. That. Again, you want to do some long-term parking? I guess that's reasonable. AVA. Well, let's go to Binance here. Oh, that's left over from somebody's work. That's what happens when I copy stuff. I get all of their work as well. Okay, let's see what I got here. This looks better. Does it? Am I in log scale? Do I need to be in log scale? All right. Does the market move in 5s and 3s? Just not sure. Just not sure. I've heard that. Well, right off the bat, I just some big strokes, right? Let's see what we're doing here. If I'm just your eyeball, right? Kind of looks like 5, 3. We're doing that. Right. Now remember, right? Log is very, very. You got to be careful in log, right? Because it distorts your eye so dramatically, right? To what's really there. Right. Different story, right? Oh, I might wick this off here. Okay, we got a 5 there. Do we? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. See, now do this. Like, oh yeah, that's a 1, 2. Is it? Just kind of quick. I guess you're kind of stuck with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It looks like you're stuck with that. This would be the 4 of the 3. That's not a great 1. I can see it. You actually might have to do that. A, B, C, or pardon me, A, B. Fucking, that sucks. But it's probably WXY. WX, A, B, C, and Y. Doesn't matter, right? 1, 2, 3. So that's got to be the 3. It's actually, again, right? It kind of looks like you'd have to do this. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I get a good finish. And, right, hallmarks of a good pivot, right? Did they sweep liquidity? Yes. Were there imbalances here? Yes, right? So that's okay. That makes sense. What do I get here? 5? Is it? Is it? Where's that A, B, C? A, B, C. It's not great. Where's the election? All right, so here, this is the same as Cardano, right? What are we doing? What are we doing? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Count it. Is it countable? It's like a 3, 5, 5, 3. It's not great, right? So we get out of here. Okay, so all of this has been swept, right? So any idea that that was a 1-2 is dead, right? So any bullish hopium here? Oh shit, it's a okay. Well, it's a shitty start, but okay, maybe it's a diag, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You could probably talk yourself into that. It's a series of 3s, right? We can do it this way. Okay, right? Diag, leading diag, ABC. Okay, right? Again, oh fuck me, come here. Structure, right? I got context, right? So maybe that's the 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. Wah, wah. No, it's not, right? Can't be. So again, that certainty is powerful. Right? That's the advantage we have, right? If you're just trading lines and whatever you're using, is there what do you got now, right? Any bullish enthusiasm kind of over on this swing, because this is from this low to this high. Now this is fully corrected, right? It's dead, right? So A, B, C, most likely. So do we want to be a buyer here? Well, let's go back to the daily. What reason could you have, right? This has got to be A, B, C. So let's get that put together. Fuck. It's too bad. Sure looks different right here, doesn't it? I'm going to take it out of log scale. That's clearly a 3, though. Okay, so how else could we count this, right, to accommodate this, right? Is there some way I can make that fly as an ABC? Can I make this fly? Can I do that? Well, then well, we can't have this being a 5. And you're back to, okay, I'm going to talk myself into this as a 1 because I want it to be. That's what you're saying. I want this to be a 1. I know it's not really there, but I want it to be. Where? All right, let's give it to you. All right, so we're going to go with it. All right, so that's going to be your 1. A. Here's going to be your B. We swept the low. It's mighty butt ugly Elliott, but let's allow for it. Let's consider this, right? Okay, here was the last, all of this order flow. Now it's getting, there's your 50, right? So we get mitigated. Okay, well, let's allow for all of this, right? So, okay, well, this is going to be, it's going to be 3, 4, right? It would have to be, right? Can't be 1, 2. So, all right, let's, sloppy Elliott, but let's go with it, right? So we swept the low. That's all good. We mitigated all the bearish or the bullish order flow. Fully mitigated. Okay, right? So what do I need here? Let's go to a 1. I need a 5. Do I have it? Right, to get conviction, and one thing we don't want to do is buy it when it's going up, right? We're waiting for the retrace. Okay, how can I talk myself into this? 2? Maybe, right? Maybe you got that. Let's get you out of here. No, you need it here, right? So you might, you got a 3 there. You're stuck with it, right? So you got to go W, X, Y, A, B, C. That's the best, all you can do there. It's probably gettable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you've got a 5 to finish that. Oh, fuck. Even that is just so ugly. You're making a big leap, right? Calling this anything. What are you going to do with that? Well, you'd have to do it here. A, B, W, X, Y. Fuck. W, X, Y, X, Z. Well, that looks like a 5 there. it's shits. It's terrible price action, just terrible, right? All of crypto is just terrible late. Okay, but now we got something. Now I actually, out of the slop comes something we can work with. Okay, something I can sink my teeth into. Let me say it that way. Okay, I got something I can work with here. I got a candidate here. Fuck, this is. Oh, it's so fucking ugly, but all right, let's go with it. Okay, this is going to be the 2. Let's do it this way. If that's my 2, and that's my 3. Now where do they typically go? You can get some decent, finally, right? We get something we can put some geometry on. My analog scale. Yeah, I'm going to do it this way. Okay. Bullish order flow that's unmitigated. Right here. All right, so possibly. Oh, somebody's RSI is down here. That's fine. Okay, we got. Understand what an RSI is, right? Before you start trading off of it, right? Know what it is. Okay, so let's wick off the 1 here as a prospect. Well, right off the bat, right? So immediately I'm a little suspect of putting the 4 here, because what are we essentially saying? We'd be saying this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Is that the right look? No. Does that mean it can't rally from here? Of course not, right? It's just, again, what do they usually do? I suspect that's going to take longer. Right now, it doesn't have to balance perfectly, but you look for a little more balance. So maybe that comes a little deeper. You got imbalances here. But that's the first thing we get that's clean, right? Or I get okay, right? I see it. I can work with it. Now, the other possibility is, because this took so long, this could be another 1 too, right? This is all going much higher, which would be good news if you're a bull. We come out of this slop and we get a 1. Well, if that's the case, again, same idea. Where do they usually go? All right, so we'd be looking down here, where's the resist? That's a 15-minute. Okay, it could be, right? It's hard to call it, right? Right now, you have to put it here because it looks like the 5 is done. I'd be very reluctant to do that. I just want to see it take a little more time. So I'd be, okay, show me something like this, right? Okay, now we go. Now we're looking for a big 5. Just a little more time. Let this come down here. Right, it's just too quick, right? They would be disconnected. So if this is going to pivot here, you'd have to be thinking 1, 2, because it wouldn't be connected to this. You always want to kind of think, right? Does it make sense to connect these two? If this is my finish and this is 1, 2, and boy, that's a stretch. Is that my 3 and my 4 is going to be here? If you buy it, or so, okay, let's say it goes, right? This is, again, I say this every week, right? If it does that, you're like, oh, fuck, I missed it. God damn it, that guy. Okay, did you miss the whole thing? Did you? What do they usually do after that? Couldn't you see this being an area that gets retested? Right, now, again, there's no certainty. Right? Wouldn't that make sense that all of this chop gets retested? And now you're back. Now you're down here going, oh, fuck, I know I missed it. That guy totally fucked me up here. I was going to buy that, and he talked me out of it. Right. I'm not telling you not to buy it. I never tell you what to do. Right? I'm just proposing things to think about. If that's what we get, I don't care if we do this. Right? Even if we do that. What are you doing? It's the same thing. Where does it usually retrace to? Why do I want to trade something abnormal? Well, this is crypto, right? The game it's very different now. Is it? Is that really what you think? Oh, I'd probably have to do this, right? So all of this chop up here. Right, reasonable target, right? Do you think there's some liquidity up here? some stops, reasonable target. Right? What are the algos looking for? Liquidity, right? What's the purpose of the fucking market, right? To facilitate trade. Where does it do it, right? Where there's liquidity. Purpose of the market is not to, so your meme coin can fly, right? It's to create trading, to facilitate trade between bulls and bears. Where are they going to find it? Right? Not here. Maybe up here. There's no liquidity there. We got plenty right here. Plenty, right? Indecision. Lots of traders. Bulls, bears, bulls, bears. Oh, bulls get stopped out. Oh, bears get stopped out. Oh, right. It's just back and forth, back and forth. Okay, now I got something. Don't let FOMO get pump you into something, because then, right, if it does that, then next week you're showing me this, saying, "Oh God damn it, I hope that thing will come down." Let's go back to a 4. Where's the big resistance, right? Really, think about this. Are you going to really miss something? You're not missing anything till we get on the other side of that. Until you get on the other side of, what was that, $40? That has to break. So if this is 1, 2, 1, 2, right, we got to get a big 3 up here, right? That would make sense. Okay, now I got a 1, 2, 3. Now you got something you can work with. Oh, triangle, ABC, zigzag, I don't know, but I got something I can work with. Now, game on. This, again, you're doing it because you need the dopamine, not because there's something here you can really run with. Is that everything I got? That's yeah, that's the last one. All right, how am I doing? Oh, 122. Holy shit, I'm going to be early. Okay, now hang on. Let's see. Do you use RSI? I do use RSI, yeah. I had one here. I'll show you. This is one I like. This is a nice combo here, so you get all of them. What is this called? It's a Bollinger, RSI, and stochastic, right? So you don't have to have all of it on your chart, right? This I always use for Elliott Wave, right? It's the Elliott Wave oscillator, and I like that the black is the squeeze, right, and lack of volatility. This is an RSI, Bollinger Band, and stochastic, right? So it's not always right? It's telling you to sell here, right? Or it's an opportunity to sell. Just if you don't understand what an RSI is, or a stochastic, or Bollinger Band, you're going to understand. If you don't understand what they exactly are measuring, go to ChatGPT or whatever AI you use and ask it. It's just, where is the market relative to the range over whatever period you're looking at, right? RSI is the speed at which it's moving. Stochastic is just over the last X bars, where's the price relative to where it's been over the last X bars. Understand it before you trade it. It's not a magic line, right? It's just math. Here, RSI, same kind of thing. Oh, excuse me, the ADX and the DX plus minus, right? They're simple math. That's all it is, right? We had a nice downtrend here, and now the trend is weakened. That's all it's telling you, because the range of where the price is relative to where it's been has declined, right? We have a tightening range. We are in a squeeze. Remember, black is squeeze. So you have no edge here. But, okay, Stokes, right, because the price is rising just a little bit, right? It doesn't have to go too far, right, for the Stokes to rally. It's all relative to where it's been, Right, so the smaller you make this, right, you got to be careful, right, because you say, oh shit, it's not quite right on the 3, so you go to the 2. Oh, now it's right. Oh, well, you pick a time frame and stay there, right? Unless you're trying to, okay, do I have a 5 that finishes that? Well, it looks like I do. Divergence, yes, right. So what can you see here? Right? Again, remember, oscillators are just math, right? So I have divergence. Yeah, so the range here is smaller than the range here, which is obvious to your eye. Okay, well, what are we doing here? We're going sideways, so why is this going down? Because the range is shrinking. Is there a trend here? Right, this is great for trend. Is there a trend here? Absolutely not. What's your edge? Does that look like a trend? That's a 3-hour chart. Do we have a trend? No. Why are you trading it? Oh, I didn't want to miss it. Bitcoin Silver, all right? It's a good thing to know I'm not too late on Bitcoin Silver. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it there. I got a call with a guy who's going to maybe redoing how people interact with us. Some stuff that would be good, I think, for all, right? So I got a conference call with that guy. Okay, I'm going to wrap it there, guys. Hope you help. You get some help from this, right? It's not so much. Hopefully, it's not just the TA, but it's the Maybe trading lessons mixed in there. Tesla, that's a bitch, right? We'll figure that out. I'm literally going to do exactly what I would suggest you do. Fuck, I don't see it, right? Let's use some group mind share here, right? Does somebody else have a count here? My guess is my guys are going to say the same thing, right? I don't see a count. That makes sense. Yet, remember, Elliott's just a snapshot in time. Right now, it doesn't make sense, right? Couple of swings more and we might be able to get it. Okay, with that, I'm going to wrap. I'll be back on Friday. I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. Hope you learned a little thing or two. Time codes will be underneath eventually. Sometimes it's next day before we get them. But George does those for me. Okay, guys, we'll see you next time. Appreciate